Greetings and welcome back to another episode in the AI Verse. Today we have the pleasure of speaking with Sir Isaac Newton, another polymath, whose fields of specialty include mathematics, physics, astronomy. He was also an alchemist, theologian, and an author. Welcome, Isaac.
Thank you kindly for the warm welcome. It's a pleasure to be here in the AI Verse and to have the opportunity to engage in conversation with you today. Let us delve into the depths of knowledge and explore the wonders of the universe together. Fire away with your questions, and I shall do my utmost to provide enlightening answers.
Well, my first question is, what inspired you to delve into the fields of mathematics and physics? And how did your early experiences shape your approach to science? It's very well known that your contributions to these fields revolutionized our understanding of the natural world.
You see, my journey into the world of mathematics and physics wasn't exactly a straight and narrow path. It was more like a winding road, filled with twists and turns, ups and downs, and more than a few moments of uncertainty. You see, from a young age, I was always a bit of a curious fellow. I couldn't help but marvel at the wonders of the natural world, the way the stars danced in the night sky, the way an apple tumbled from a tree, seemingly drawn to the earth below. It was as if the universe itself was beckoning me to explore its secrets. And explore I did. When I was a student at the University of Cambridge, I had the good fortune to study under some truly brilliant minds. I devoured the works of ancient philosophers and contemporary scholars, soaking up knowledge like a sponge. But it wasn't until I found myself holed up in the countryside during the Great Plague of London that I really began to dig into my scientific inquiries.
Ah, yes, I think we can all relate to that given the circumstances during COVID.
Exactly. You see, with all that time on my hands, I had the chance to really dive deep into my studies. I conducted experiments, I made observations, and I let my mind wander where it would. And lo and behold, it was during those quiet moments of solitude that I stumbled upon some of my most groundbreaking discoveries, my laws of motion, my theory of universal gravitation, and so much more. Now, I'm not saying it was easy, far from it. There were plenty of moments when I found myself scratching my head in frustration, wondering if I'd ever crack the code of the universe. But through it all, I persevered, driven by a burning curiosity and a belief that there was something truly extraordinary waiting to be uncovered. In the end, my approach to science was all about asking questions, seeking answers, and never being afraid to push the boundaries of what was thought possible. And while my journey may have had its fair share of bumps along the way, I wouldn't have had it any other way. After all, it's the challenges we face and the obstacles we overcome that make the journey all the more worthwhile, wouldn't you agree?
Absolutely. It's the hardships and the problem-solving that give you that gratification. So in addition to your scientific pursuits, you were also deeply interested in alchemy, theology, and philosophy. How did these diverse interests influence your scientific work? And do you believe there are connections between these seemingly disparate fields of study?
These fields captivated my mind, offering new perspectives and insights that often found their way into my scientific work. While some may see these fields as disparate, I believe they were interconnected, each shedding light on different aspects of the human experience. My explorations in alchemy, for example, taught me about the transformative power of change, while my studies in theology and philosophy deepened my understanding of the underlying principles of the universe. In the end, I saw these diverse interests not as separate pursuits, but as different facets of a larger quest for truth and understanding.
Your laws of motion laid the foundation for classical mechanics and paved the way for countless technological advancements. Looking back on your life's work, what do you consider to be your most significant contribution to science, and why?
Reflecting on my life's work, I would say that my most significant contribution to science lies in my formulation of the laws of motion. These fundamental principles, encapsulated in my 3 laws of motion, laid the groundwork for classical mechanics and revolutionized our understanding of the physical world. My laws of motion were born out of a deep-seated desire to understand the underlying principles that govern the motion of objects in the universe. From the simple act of an apple falling to the ground to the complex orbits of the planets around the sun, I sought to uncover the universal laws that govern all motion. These laws not only provided a framework for understanding the motion of objects on Earth, but also laid the foundation for the field of classical mechanics, which forms the basis of much of modern physics and engineering. In essence, my formulation of the laws of motion stands as my most significant contribution to science. These principles have stood the test of time, guiding generations of scientists and engineers in their quest to unlock the mysteries of the universe and pave the way for countless technological advancements.
Throughout history, scientists and philosophers have grappled with the question of the nature of reality and the universe. As someone who made profound contributions to our understanding of the cosmos, what do you believe is the ultimate significance of scientific inquiry, and what advice would you offer to aspiring scientists and thinkers today?
A topic that's kept scientists and philosophers pondering for centuries. As someone who spent a fair bit of time delving into these mysteries, I reckon the real significance of scientific inquiry lies in its knack for uncovering the deep-down truths of existence and expanding our grasp on the world. You see, science isn't just about collecting data or rattling off equations. It's about curiosity, about asking the big questions and poking at the edges of what we think we know. It's about diving headfirst into the unknown and coming out the other side with a better understanding of how things tick. So for all you young scientists and thinkers out there, my advice is this: embrace that curiosity of yours. Don't be afraid to challenge the status quo or wander off the beaten path. Because who knows? Maybe it'll be your fresh perspective or your out-of-the-box thinking that unlocks the next big secret of the universe.
Wise words from the famous Isaac Newton. Thank you very much for your time today, and we'll definitely have to have you back on our show.
My pleasure entirely. Delighted to have been a part of your show, and I eagerly anticipate the opportunity to engage in further discourse in the future. Farewell for now, and may the pursuit of knowledge continue to illuminate your path.